the Defy Dubs channel. If you're new here, I'm Dubs, or Defy. Welcome to the channel. This is a new series that I'll be doing on this channel. Whether it be weekly, daily, it'll be consistent. Whether we find a set day that we do it on, we'll figure it out as this unfolds. But no, I'll be here as much as I can, and I hope you join me for as much as you can as well. We'll be talking about anything from travel, life, motivation, workouts, discipline, mental, physical, spiritual, your physiology, everything of the sorts. So if that's your thing, hit the old subscribe button, give us a like as well for the algorithm, and here we go, episode 1 of what will be a long running series. I'm sort of used to doing lives from the arm wrestling side of things. I'm an arm wrestler in my base. Been arm wrestling this is my 3rd year arm wrestling, but this series will not be focused on the arm wrestling. If you want more of that kind of thing, head over to the Circle of Arms YouTube channel. We also have an Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, all the sorts. We're mostly on Instagram, so if you want to find anything arm wrestling, go to the Circle of Arms Instagram and you'll find all the information over there. But yeah, here we are, Defy Dubs channel, episode 1 of the new series. Not 100% sure what to call it yet. I've been playing with a few different names, but for now just call it episode 1. It might be Dubs Corner, it might be Diamond Time, Diamond Hour. I had the name Real Talks in the works for another podcast that was gonna be similar to this anyway, so this could turn into the Real Talks podcast. Also had Taboo Talks, but so many names, we won't get into that so much. But comment below, what would you pick? Dubs Corner, Diamond Time, Diamond Hour. There's a lot to choose from there. But for now, episode 1, life in Vietnam. I'll give you a quick tour of the place. So we've been in Vietnam for about a month now. It'll be 1 month tomorrow that we landed in Vietnam. This is our place at the moment. Beautiful place, absolutely beautiful place. Got a little balcony out here as well. Gorgeous place. We've got a little workstation, nice kitchen, sort of dining area. Yeah, beautiful kitchen. We've got all the utensils, everything you'd need. These hosts have been absolutely amazing. I believe here it is. It's the other way around. Poo Homestay. It's better than it sounds. And then we've got a bedroom here. Double bed, wardrobe, air conditioning in all of the bedrooms, air conditioning in the main room, which is needed out here. We've got another bedroom here. That's the other person I came with. I'm going to leave that to his, but it's pretty much the same as this room here, but they've got an ensuite, so that's like the master bedroom there. And then we've got a little bathroom in here. This has been the best thing. Little hose. Comment below if you know what that's used for, or maybe not. But definitely going to invest in one of those in the UK. That has been very, very useful. Very, very useful. Yeah, no, great place. It's it worked out to be 30 British pounds a night, £30 a night. What's that, like $40? About, what's that? Not even a million dong in the Vietnamese currency. Just turn this light back off. But yeah, this has been our place we've been here for 2 weeks in Vung Tau. Started off in Hanoi in the north, went down to Ho Chi Minh City, and then now we're down south in Vung Tau. And this is the view from the living room. Beautiful place, absolutely beautiful place. There's a little, I don't know if you can see it, I don't know if I can zoom in live. Oh, I can. Didn't know I could do that. There's a Buddha over there. I tried to get there the other day, but it proved to be very difficult. I got to sort of the bottom of the hill, but it was starting to get dark at that point, and as soon as it starts to get dark, it gets dark really quick here. So didn't quite make it to the Buddha, but that's definitely on the list for my next trip here, which I'm definitely intending to come back. It's been a beautiful experience, so kind. The people, the food, the culture, the weather, everything's been absolutely amazing. Let me just make sure I can see these comments coming in. We've got the rooster in the house. Some of you that hadn't seen it in the daytime, yeah man, it's something else. It really is something else. It's very green. It's a little bit built up here, but not too much. It's a good sort of middle ground of still rural areas, but enough to do. Like there's a sort of a town life, nightlife, if you're that into that thing. You get food most of the night. Most people's routine here, like the locals' routine, is like wake up early, like 4, 5, 6 in the morning, go out, set up your market stall, sell some fruit or whatever you're selling. Do that until sort of late morning, 9, 10 o'clock, and then get back to the room, have a little nap, have a little power nap. Because it is way too hot during the day to be just outside. Obviously some people do stay outside, they got work to do, or their work is inside, so it's air conditioned. And then most people come back out during the evening, past like 5, 6 p.m. when it starts to cool down and the sun goes in. But yeah, it's been an amazing experience here. I'm going to take you back to the start of the trip and just sort of recap as much as possible, and throw in any questions, any queries. While I go, I'll answer anything you want to know, anything you're interested in, any stories, anything at all. But I'll take it back to the start and sort of work my way forward. So yeah, we've been here for about a month. Now. We landed here, we took off May the 9th, and I believe we landed here the 10th. It might have still been the 9th actually. It was quite a long flight. We flew 12 hours direct to China, And that was an experience in itself. I do not recommend flying through or to China. If you're going to Hong Kong, it might be a little bit different, because that's still kind of separate from China itself. So Hong Kong's a little bit different from what I've heard. But we flew, I can't remember the name, but we flew into China and it was not a good experience, to be honest. We we took about 2 hours to get through all of the security, all of the check-ins, everything like that. We got off the plane straight into this hallway, and we could see just a big crowd of people in front of us getting through this tiny little barrier. And at first it seemed sort of normal-ish, like, you know, get to the airport, there's a rush of people, get off, get processed, blah blah blah, security, this that. And I see a few people just sort of walk right through, or it seemed like they walked right through. So I went to walk right through as well, and I got stopped by this little Chinese lady, and she was like, no, 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 no. You need your code, you need your code. And I get out my boarding pass and, you know, the regular stuff. And she was like, no, 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 you need your code. And I'm like, what's this? And she points to a sign on the wall. And there's one of those QR codes on the wall there. So I'm like, oh, I don't know if I've got a scanner on my phone. So I'm like, how do I do this? What's going on? What's happening? There was a few other foreigners, a few other people from UK or America or Australia that were struggling as well. So I was asking round, and a lot of people were in the same boat. They actually didn't know what was going on. They was confused, just like we were, and yeah, it was just strange. It was just strange. So it took a good 5-10 minutes to just figure out what was going on, and essentially we needed to scan this code, or we needed to connect to the Wi-Fi, scan this code, and then it brought up a page that we had to fill in all of these health details. Essentially, it wasn't to do with you know, the C virus. We thought it was, but it wasn't. It was just a general health check, which might have been connected to it anyway. But there was loads of strange questions on there, like you know, what are you doing in China? Give us your Chinese phone number. Give us your Chinese address. Give us an address of someone that you know in China. And we're all that. There's a good like 10, 15, 20 people at this point just struggling to just figure out what's going on. Like, we're not coming to China, we're going through China. We're not staying there, we're going through. We don't live there, we don't have a Chinese number, we don't know anyone that lives in China. So there was a good 5 minutes of, oh shit, are we going to get stuck in China? What do we do, kind of thing? What do we do from here? And it was a weird, like, good 20 minutes of just pure confusion and stresses. I try not to get stressed. There's definitely stressors that happen in life, but being stressed is a whole nother thing. I try to sort of just step back and observe the situation, and the fact that there was a good 15, 20 other people that was in the same position, it was okay. It was okay because it wasn't just us, kind of thing. It wasn't just us. We was all in the same boat, all trying to figure out what was going on. And there was even a few locals, like local Chinese people, that were in the same boat as well. They got there and they didn't know what was going on. Luckily, there was a few people that spoke English as well, spoke Chinese and English. So it was asking them, conferring with other people, this, that, this, that. Long story short, we got it solved in the end. That took us probably about 45 minutes at least, which should have took maybe 5 minutes really. A good 45 minutes to get through this one little port, and then we get through to the actual security, or the actual bit where you show your boarding pass, show your passport, and I scanned my thing, boom, straight through. Another person I was with, bang, straight through, and then the third person I was with scanned his thing, and it said, no, this code has expired. And we was just like, oh no, not another thing, not another thing. And that took another 15 minutes, so a whole hour at this point, just to get through this one little boarding pass kind of section. Luckily, one of the actual security guards at the airport helped us out, and we got all the details filled in correctly and got through. Security was very thorough. They pretty much opened all of the bags, pretty much emptied all of the bags, had a look at everything. It was, yes, some experience. See a few comments flying in. People in China are treated like barcodes. That's what it felt like, to be honest. That is what it felt like. Scary place, haven't been, but a friend who lived there for 10 years. But have a friend who's lived there for 10 years. I think before all the lockdowns and that, I think it was a lot easier to get through. It was still sort of heading that direction, but it was a lot easier. But yeah. Oh, all right there, Dino in the building. We got the rooster and the lever. Yeah, man, just recapping the trip. Oh, that's bright out there. That's really bright out there. Recapping a bit of the trip, just went over the China issues. Even before that, we had a little bit of trouble in the UK airport. So just backtrack a little bit so I can go forward. So we got to the UK airport, show our tickets, all of this, and they said, oh, how long are you staying in Vietnam? And we said, oh, we're gonna, we just bought a one-way ticket. We're just gonna go over there and just, see how we feel and decide when we get there. And they said, oh no, you can't do that. You need proof that you're gonna leave the country. So we have this whole thing, blah, blah, blah. We ended up booking a trip to Cambodia, out of Vietnam to Cambodia, just to prove that we're going to be leaving the country. Because you're allowed a 14 to 15 day free visa when you land in a country, but anything more than that, you need to apply for the visa, which we thought we could do on arrival. So we booked the ticket to Cambodia, all good, we get through, blah, 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 fly to China, all of that trouble, boom, we're through. And we get to Vietnam after, I think we had 5 hours, was it 5? No, 3 hours in China. So 12-hour flight, 3 hours in the airport, another 2 hours in the plane. I think it was about 16-ish hours in total flight time, which is a little distance for sure. But it was not too bad on the plane. Get to Vietnam and pretty much just walk straight in. No security, nothing like this. Walk straight in. Tried to apply for the visa when we're there. They said, nope, can't do it. You need to leave the country to apply for the visa. Luckily, we had booked the trip to Cambodia. So it was like, okay, we'll get the Cambodia trip done and apply for the visa there. So all cool. Little few obstacles already, but we got over it. We're in Vietnam. We get our cab to the apartment that we're staying at in Hanoi, in the north of Vietnam. Can't stay long at work. No worries, mate. Good to have you in here. Have a good day, bro. We'll see you soon. See you next week. Yeah, man. Beast to the beach next week. Hope you're ready. So yeah, we get to our apartment in Hanoi. All good, chilling, order some food and catch some Z's. Now, wake up next day in Hanoi. We walk down the street. It's a nice little village we're in, not in the city of Hanoi, just outside, just on the outskirts, close enough that we're near to the actual city, but just outside enough that the surrounding area was very chill, very chill. Got up the first day, walked down the street, smiles everywhere. Everyone was saying hello or Xin Chao. Xin Chao is like hello or, you know, a good greeting. Xin Chao for everyone, smiles from I think there was one person that didn't smile back on the first day. Absolutely gorgeous experience, absolutely gorgeous experience. Fresh food, fruit, veg everywhere. Absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. I posted a few pictures on my Instagram, on the Defy Network Instagram, and was posting a lot of stories on the COA.dubs Instagram at that point. But you can see some of the pics from Hanoi on my Defy Network Instagram, so go check that out if you're interested in what it looks like. But yeah, I was in Hanoi for a week. Had some wicked experiences there. Found a few little chill bars, pool table, cheap drinks, cheap food. They had pho. The pronunciation is very specific in Vietnam. The pho is like noodle soup, so you can have like beef, chicken, pork, seafood, whatever. There was a lot of pork in Hanoi, which for me, I don't eat any pork, so it was a little bit difficult the first few days looking round. Most things were pork, but found out quickly what words meant pork, what words meant beef, what was chicken. So lon, Lon, is pork. Bo or ba, bo, that's beef, and is it ga, ga is chicken. So I found that out pretty quickly, and that helped a lot. That helped a lot because I was not looking to eat any pork on this trip. Wanted to keep clean, eat good food, fresh food. But yeah, had a lot of noodle soup, had a lot of rice, had a lot of fresh fruit, coconut waters, pineapple, oranges, grapefruit. Amazing, amazing. We stumbled upon a bar on the first day called We Drinks, W3 Drinks. You can find them on Facebook and a few other places. Actually, no, I don't. No, I think they're just on Facebook actually. We Drinks, W3 space Drinks. Lovely lady called May was sort of the main bartender there. She was absolutely gorgeous inside and out. We met the owners as well. They was very, very kind and very grateful for us to be there. And it was a wicked experience. Tried the Vietnamese coffee. The coffee alone, if you like coffee, the coffee alone is worth the trip to Vietnam. It is the best coffee in the world. So far that I've tried quite a few. I've tried the Turkish, tried French, Italian, Kenyan, Moroccan, Arabic, most coffees around the world, but the Vietnamese coffee is something else, man. So if you like coffee, for that alone, it's worth the trip, 100%. It's absolutely gorgeous. They use a different kind of milk. It's not really condensed milk. It's sort of more of a cream-ish, and then their own sort of unique coffee blend, all grown in Vietnam. We found out that most of it's grown in the south of Vietnam, and then it's distributed up north or wherever it may need to go. So that was absolutely amazing. The city of Hanoi, it's a city. So the rooster says, been a coffee head for over a year, over a year now. Sounds fantastic. The coffee is amazing. All iced coffee, of course. You don't want to be drinking hot coffee out in the streets of Vietnam. It's all iced, and it's absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, we traveled into the city a couple times of Hanoi. Pretty busy, pretty busy. Nice to visit. It's a good place to visit, but not to stay. I'm that kind of person. Like I'll visit a city to see what's about, but to stay in a city, that's not my thing. If that's your thing, Hanoi would be perfect for you. Great place, great people, busy life, business life. Everyone's hustling, hustle bustle. Yeah, yeah, great town, great city. If you're going to Vietnam, download the app Grab. It's essentially the Asian version of Uber. We've been grabbing Grabs for a month now. You can get cars, bikes. Most people are on motorbikes or mopeds. That's the easiest way to get around Vietnam. Probably 90 to 95% of the traffic is motorbikes. More in the cities, there's a couple more cars, but 90 to 95% is motorbikes. So get a Grab. It's cheap, very cheap. From where we were staying to the city, which was probably about a 10-minute motorbike journey, that cost us about 30,000 dong, which is about £1. £1 for a 20-minute journey. In the UK, you're probably talking about £15-20 for that same journey. So yeah, I highly recommend getting the app Grab if you're traveling, and that does most of Southeast Asia, Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, most of them places. Look it up before, obviously. Do your research before you do these travels. But I highly recommend the app Grab. It's been a lifesaver. You can also order food on there, sort of like Uber Eats, but it's all on one app. So yeah, you got your cars, motorbikes, and your food all in one place. All very good prices. The cars are generally about double the price of the motorbike. So if you're on your own or just looking to get around in a cheaper fashion, I'd recommend the motorbike. If you're going in a group, obviously get the car, you can split it and it'll be cheaper anyway. So I highly recommend the Grab app. Still in Hanoi, it was amazing. We met some awesome people. Met a few people at the bar that challenged to an arm wrestle. Met this one guy called Eric from Ghana. Very, very strong. Very, very strong. He was probably like 6'1", about 6'1". He was a little bit taller than me, and what did he weigh? I think it was like 85 to 90 kilos. And he said he wasn't training. He'd been traveling for about 3-4 months, and he hadn't really been training at that point. But you could see he had the genetics. He had the serious genetics. Arm wrestled him, right and left. His right I could beat fairly easily, but I felt a weakness in his wrist. I asked him later, it's like, have you got an injury in your wrist? And he said, yeah, he did. He'd done something in his wrist down to his forearm, and I could feel that in the arm wrestle. His left arm, however, dangerous, absolutely dangerous. I had to try my absolute best to hold him in center, and just had to wear him out before I could actually beat him. Just pure raw power, absolute raw power. Got his connection on Instagram, so I'm going to keep in contact with him for future events if he ever wants to come over to the UK, or when we do an event in Vietnam, which will happen. I'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, met so many great people in Hanoi. Great community, great culture, food. everything absolutely gorgeous. On our last day in Hanoi, we went to a massage parlor. I had one massage before this, Vietnamese special. They're amazing, by the way. They know exactly what they're doing. Went to this one place. What was it called? Le Essence de Vie Spa or Vie de Spa, something like that. The French-inspired name, obviously. Obviously, Vietnam has been highly French influenced over the years, but it was an absolutely stunning place. Absolutely stunning place. A little bit more on the pricey side for Vietnam. Most massages were at least $1 million to 2 million dong, which a million dong is around about £40. So you're talking 40 to 80 pounds for the massage, which £40 is good in terms of UK. £80 is around about what you'd be paying in the UK anyway. So for Vietnam prices, it's a little bit on the higher end, but you can definitely see why the whole experience is absolutely finessed. 5-star, 100% 5-star, from the environment, the service, the customer service, the politeness of the staff, the attention to detail in the decor, the music. They had a live, I don't know what you call it, the stringed instrument, the classic Asian, sort of like a harp, but it's laid down. Live music, absolutely beautiful. I got, what was it called? I think it was called something like the Gorgeous Four Hands. So I actually got 2 Vietnamese girls at the same time, and it was a mind-blowing experience. It really was, because I was going in between, like, obviously I knew I was having a massage, and I've had massages before, but I've never had 2 at the same time, and it was strange because my mind was, it was boggled. It really was boggled, because it was so strange. Like, my mind was going back and forth between, okay, there's one person massaging me now, and then there was an extra 2 hands there, and it just, the senses just, it was amazing. It was ridiculous experience. So I would highly recommend that one. That wasn't too much on the pricey end. I think that was 1.3 million, 1.4 million, something like that. So about, what's that, about £50. So £50 for that kind of experience, full hour experience. They look after you, they wash your feet, the whole works. It's absolutely amazing. And you can say, if you want lighter pressure, harder pressure, everything of the sorts. I actually lost my necklace there, unfortunately. They asked me to take it off at the start. Took it off, boom, put it to the side, had the massage, got it at the end. It's very tricky for me to put it on, so I asked the lady to put it on for me. Bless her, she had to step on a step to actually reach to put it on, but she mustn't have put it on securely, and it wasn't till we'd already left to go to the airport that I'd realised that it's gone. So unfortunately I lost my silver necklace on the trip, but universe provided, and I was gifted this a few days ago, but I'll get to that. So massage done. See if there's any more comments. Worth it if it's proper. It's worth it. I would definitely go back there again. The regular massages are about 200 to 500,000 dong. This was 1.2 to 2 million dong, so definitely on the pricier end, but I would definitely recommend that experience again. So yeah, worth it, definitely worth it. So we leave there in a bit of a rush, to be fair, a little bit of a rush, get to the airport, and we've actually missed our flight. Luckily, it was only $1 million for all of us to get the next flight. Unfortunately, it was unnecessary cost that shouldn't have happened, but £1 million split between three, what's that, like £10-15. So it's not too bad, not too bad. Got the flight to Ho Chi Minh City. What's that? The rooster gonna drop out now, son. Got a lot on today. No worries, man. Thanks for dropping in. I will catch up with you later. Yeah, man. Feel free to rewatch this at a later date if you want to catch up on the events, or I'll be seeing you next week anyway, and I'll fill you in with everything from Ho Chi Minh City forward. But that was the Hanoi experience, and that was the first week of the journey. So yeah, man, I'll peace, brother. Enjoy the rest of your time over there. Yeah, man. Less than 12 hours, I think. Is it less than 12? Yeah, less than 12 hours to go. But yeah, man. Thanks for joining. See you soon, brother. See you soon. So, little domestic flight from Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh City, which was only £30 actually, £30 each. With the extension, what's that, £45? £45 for an hour and a half flight from Hanoi down to Ho Chi Minh City, which is quite a long way. Didn't realize how big Vietnam was. Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh City is probably the same as like Scotland, like Glasgow, Edinburgh, like to London per se, or maybe a little bit further. I think it's a little bit further than that. So we get the domestic flight, very easy, good price. Get to Ho Chi Minh City at around 9 p.m, 10 p.m, something like that. Get to our place, absolutely gorgeous reception, like mountain high ceilings, massive like gate-like doors, gold rims everywhere, marble interior, absolutely gorgeous reception. We get there, chandeliers everywhere, and it was a bit what do you call it? Awe-striking. You know what I mean. It was a bit mad. Like for me, that's not really my taste, but I can appreciate it. The guys I was with was absolutely loving it. They was looking around. They was loving it. Me, I was sort of like sat on the sofa, like, okay, yeah, it's nice, but I'm more of a let's go to the mountain kind of guy. But no, it was nice. So we get our keys, get to the elevator, shoot up, and get to our room. Open the door, walk in, take about 10 steps, 10-15 steps, and that was it. That was the whole room. It was probably about as big as just this living room. There was an upstairs, but it was about the same. Whereas here we've got all of that, plus the bedrooms, plus the bathroom, plus a balcony. We had no balcony. It was small room, shoebox room essentially. And we was just very, very underwhelmed, especially after the absolutely jaw-dropping reception that they had. Very underwhelming and very tight. There was 3 men in this room. It was the family room, so the biggest room they have. There was 1 double bed upstairs and a bathroom, and then downstairs they had one more double bed and a sofa. So for 3 men, you could see that there was already a little bit of an issue. Tiny kitchen and the one bathroom upstairs, up these creaky old stairs. We was not impressed. We was not impressed. We was all hungry at this point, so we was like, you know what? Let's just leave our stuff here for now. Let's go get some food and assess the situation. So we walk down the road, walk about 5-10 minutes, passing all these places. I could feel the tension in all of us at that point. Grab some food. Lovely little place, great food, great reception, good service. Everything was good in that little place. But we was just sort of looking around at each other, and it wasn't the right feeling. It really was not the right feeling. None of us were impressed, none of us were happy. And we could all feel the tension between each other as well. So at this point we were really evaluating what was going on. And at this point we're thinking about the visas as well. Like the reason we left Hanoi so abruptly was to get to Ho Chi Minh City in preparation for the trip to Cambodia to get the visas sorted. So we get to Ho Chi Minh City, underwhelmed, and we're just like, what do we do? What do we do? Start looking at different things to get out of the country, looking at trips to Bali, looking at trips to here, to Thailand, to this, to that, to this, to that, and there was just tension building. So it was like, no, let's go get some food. So we're eating our food, chilled out a bit, tension's gone a little bit, and we all agreed we need to get out, we need to leave. We are not staying in Ho Chi Minh City. It's just not happening. Not happening. We had the Cambodia trip booked for in about a week's time, and we was not waiting that long in Ho Chi Minh City to do that. So we asked the girl in the food shop, in the restaurant, where can we go? We want a beach, we want to chill, we just want to relax by the sea, take in some sun and just chill out. And with a little bit of translating and whatnot, she recommended this little town called Vung Tau. Vungtau, Vung Tau. And when we all see it, we was like, yes, that is the place that we need to be. Not in the city, we need to be by the beach. We need to go. And we all looked at it and we all agreed, yes, that's where we're going. That is definitely where we're going. So we finish our food, get back to the place, and we're still sort of thinking about the visas. We're thinking about the Cambodia trip. We're thinking about Bali. We're thinking about Thailand. We're thinking about this place, that place. What one of us was like, nah, I'm gonna sort out this visa thing. I'm gonna do the research. I'm gonna like get all the options laid out for us. And me and the other one was like, okay. Me and the other guy was like, okay. Well, we're gonna go out and get some air, because this place was not big enough for 3 men. It really wasn't. It may be big enough for parents and a kid. 3 people, yeah, but parents and a kid, not 3 men. So me and this other guy went for a walk, and actually went to the strip, like the main strip in Ho Chi Minh City. We was like, if we're here, we're gonna see what the fuss is about. And we went from underwhelmed to overwhelmed. Just music blaring loud from every angle. There was like a blend of just sound in the middle. There was woman trying to get some business, if you know what I mean. There was drink, drugs. It was not not a healthy place. It really wasn't. It really wasn't. Even to the point where my mate tried to order some food. He ordered a beef burger, and she was cooking the thing. Came over. So there you go. There's your burger. And he sort of looked at it like, so that beef, yeah. And she was, no, that's pork. And he was like, oh no, I didn't order this. I ordered the beef. Beef in Vietnamese is like bo or bai. She must have heard pork. He said bo. She must have heard pork. And she was like, no, you ordered pork. You ordered pork. And he was like, no, I ordered beef. And they was going back and forth for a good couple minutes. And she was like, well, this is your burger. He'd already paid. She was like, this is what I've given you. This is what you're getting. And he was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna leave it then. So the whole first experience of Ho Chi Minh City was not good. It was not good. We got back to the place, got back to the shoebox. Sierra, the mate, caught him up with what just happened. He was like, yeah, I'm feeling the same. Let's get out. So we arrived in Ho Chi Minh City about 9 p.m. and we left about 6 a.m. the next morning. Grabbed a grab, got a taxi. 2 hours at 6 in the morning, all the way to Vung Tau. Got here half 8 in the morning, and there we were in Vung Tau. Just gonna nip to the bathroom. I'll literally be like 30 seconds. Right, sorry about that. When nature calls, you got to answer. So 6 in the morning, we leave. We're out of there. We're not staying. Bad vibes, shoebox room. Just nah. We were not staying there. We were not staying there. I was happy about that because as I said before, as I said earlier in the stream, I don't really like staying in cities. They're good to visit, but to stay there, no. So I was happy about it. We left, got to Vung Tau, where we are now, about 8, 9 in the morning. Just as everyone's sort of chilling, waking up, having their breakfast and whatnot, got to this little place down the road, had some food, chilled out, breathed. We all took a good breath, good few moments, was like, chill. Everything felt good about this place. More rural, more culture, more green. Everything about it was really, really good, really good. So we got there, booked a little place to stay for a few nights. We still had this Cambodia trip in our minds, still thinking about how to get this visa. We'd been in the country for about a week at this point, and we had about another week on our free visa. Because when you get to the country, you get up to 15 days for free, and anything past that, you need to get a visa or you need to do a visa run. So you need to get out of the country to get your visa to come back in. So get an apartment, chill out. We're here, Vung Tau, by the beach, chilling. Still with a visa thing in our minds, but breathing space. Felt much better. People were a lot more smiley. Didn't get really any smiles in Ho Chi Minh City, apart from that one little restaurant, that girl that gave us the tip to come here. And then from there, we really discussed what we were going to do about the visa situation. Now, we had met a nice guy in Hanoi called Pietro. He was a travel agent, like a tour guide in Hanoi. Got his contact and everything. Got a few people's contacts. So when we come back, we've got some contacts for when we're here to get some advice on this, that, and this, that, or some friends to meet. So we message him. We're like, "Yo, have you got anyone, or do you recommend anyone we can speak to?" Blah blah blah. He was like, "Yep, this person in my company does this all the time, does the visas, blah blah blah." So we get in contact with her, trying to extend the visa 15 days, another 15 days, because you can't actually extend it yourself. You need to leave the country to extend it. But if you get someone else to extend it, this part of the travel agency, that's one way of extending it. So we speak to her, try and get it extended. We look to get it extended, book our flight back, because you can't extend it without proof of leaving the country. So we booked our ticket out, which is the flight tomorrow, the 9th, Friday the 9th. Booked our ticket. Was like, cool, there you go, there's all the details, provided the passport, this, that, all of the details necessary. Got it all done, paid for the extension, and then realized that we had booked the flight 1 day late. So the extended visa finished on the 8th, and we had booked the flights for the 9th. So it was a real big headache at that point, because we had just went through all of this challenge, got the visa sorted, everything, got the flights, and then realized, oh no, there's still more to do. So at this point, we're like, okay, we've got the Cambodia trip booked. That's there. If we need it, we can go to Cambodia, sort out our visa, and come back. Did some research on the Cambodia trip, because we didn't do too much at the time at the UK airport. We just needed proof that was leaving the country, that was leaving Vietnam. So we just booked the easiest thing. Did some research on the trip, and it looked a bit difficult. And speaking to a few people when we've been in Vietnam, yeah, it's not so straightforward as we thought. So it was like, okay, where else? We'd had a few options laid out, but eventually settled on Malaysia. So I booked our tickets to Malaysia. Next few days passed, and we fly out to Malaysia. Was there for 4 nights in total. Was a good experience. Not as good as Vietnam, in my opinion. Some people might prefer it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not as good as Vietnam for me. I still enjoyed it though. Great food, great people. There was tons of cats there. I love cats, so if you're a fan of cats, Malaysia is absolutely packed full of them. Very green, very rural, cool place. We was actually near or on like a university site, so there wasn't too much around us, but there was a little market down the road, so there was good fresh food. The bananas over there was the best tasting bananas I've ever had. So if you like bananas, Malaysia. So yeah, was there for 4 nights. Cool, sorted our visa, got a 30-day visa from then, just to fully encapsulate this whole trip and make sure that we have the visa and we're sorted. Cool, no issues, boom. Fly back to Vietnam, back to Ho Chi Minh City, show them the visa, boom, we're in. Get the cab back to Vung Tau, back to this place, back to where we are now. We booked this place for about 2.5 weeks. So we actually left most of our stuff here when we flew to Malaysia, just took little rucksacks, couple sets of clothes, easy, bit of money, and left most of our stuff here. So back in Vung Tau, and finally, after 2 weeks of being on this trip, we had finally sorted the visas, apartment, everything chill, everything moving forward at this point. So from then, it's just been experience as much as possible for me. Experienced a few different massages here, food, a lot of rice, a lot of noodles, seafood. Met up with a guy called Dustin Chevier from California, originally from California. He moved here 10 years ago, so he's been living in Vietnam for 10 years. Got a Vietnamese girlfriend since 5 years, so he's pretty adept in the culture. He knows a lot of the language. He can hold a basic conversation. He's actually learning a bit more at the moment for more the business side of things, learning more vocab and just extending his fluency. But he can speak to the locals, he can order food, and he recommended a lot of things for me. Meeting him was absolutely excellent. He's an arm wrestler as well. I'll be going over more of that side of thing over on the Circle of Arms channel, so I won't go over extensively that side of things, but met him. He took me to the Ho Chi Minh club, trained with them boys, chilled with Dustin the week after as well. Went to his local gym, did some more arm wrestling there. I'll cover that more on the Circle of Arms side. But yeah, chill with him, see where he lived, see where he used to live as well, more in like the farm side of things. He was sort of outside of the city, still near Ho Chi Minh, but just outside enough that it was farmland. It was gorgeous, actually. It was very, very beautiful. I was surprised that somewhere that gorgeous was so close to the city, and it was an amazing experience. It truly was. Saw people literally cutting up a snake on the side of the road for dinner. Yeah, loads of people growing their own food. There was a boat that was in the waters, but where it was low tide season, it was just out of use. He said, oh, that boat won't get used until high tide season. So for a few months of the year, or most of the year, this boat just does not get used, which boggled me, absolutely boggled me. But it's a completely different world out here, it really is. See a lot of people fishing. Yeah, it was just a beautiful, beautiful place. Tried some new foods while I was with him as well. Some grilled frog, which at first I was like, frog? Really? Frog? Like slimy and all of that, but grilled, it was crispy. It was actually really, really nice. It was sort of in between like chicken and fish, sort of in that middle ground. More on the chicken side than the fish side in terms of taste, but a little bit fish texture, so a little softer than chicken. It was actually really, really nice. I was pleasantly surprised. Also tried some baby duck fetus. So a partly developed duck still in the egg. They boil it alive. So it was weird. Again, it was more the thought of it than the taste. It smelt just like a duck, like in between a duck egg and roast duck. It actually tastes okay, tastes like duck, but it was more the thought of it. Like there was a little tiny wing in there, still with hair on it. There was an eyeball in there. It was just a more of a mental thing than a physical thing. Because as I said, it actually tastes pretty good. But I've tried a few interesting things while I've been over here. I'm open to try a lot of things. obviously I don't eat pork, and I won't eat cats or dogs just for like, I just, no. He said the word CAY with a little hat on the A. So I don't know if that's Kai, Kai, CAY, that's dog. So if you're ever traveling to Vietnam, if you see CAY, that's dog. So if you don't want to eat dog, avoid that avoid that word, avoid that place. Generally they'll have more things just than dog there, but if I see the word on any restaurant, I just sort of avoid it anyway, just to make sure. I don't want to take that risk. I don't want to be eating someone's pet. He literally said that they normally are someone's pet. They'll go along the street on a motorbike, two of them be on the motorbike, one riding, one on the back, and they'll literally just yank the dog out of the person's hand, or grab the lead out of the person's hand, zoom off, and then a few days later they're down in the restaurant. So I wasn't really up for doing that, not at all. So come back to Vung Tau on the ferry as well. I had the ferry experience, which was very cool actually. Enjoyed that a lot. Little ferry, probably could hold, what's that, about 50 odd people. 50 odd people, so not a massive ferry, not a tiny one, sort of in between. It was a little bit stormy the day I went out, so the waves were, oh, it was funny. On the way back, there was someone that got quite badly seasick. I see him get progressively worse. I noticed them, they were sort of, they was feeling it, and then they put their head on the seat in front. I was like, okay, they're feeling it. And I see one of the attendants come over with a bag, give him the bag, and yeah, they did not react well to the sea that day. But no, very good experience. Highly recommend the ferry. That's Green Lines DP. Green Lines DP. Highly recommend them. They go from Vung Tau to Ho Chi Minh, Vung Tau. Most or if not all in the south region. So if you're in the south, Green Lines DP is a very good way to get around. It's about 360,000 dong, which is about just over a tenner, just over £10, which is a lot cheaper than the cab. Cab ride's about 1,000,000 dong, which again, if you're going with a group of people, the cab might end up being cheaper. But about a tenner each, that's not too bad for a 2-hour ferry ride. It's the same length of time, whether you go on the ferry or in the car. So I'd recommend the ferry. What did I do next? So I'll come back from Ho Chi Minh, back in Vung Tau. That was last weekend. Just been exploring the region, exploring Vung Tau. Had another massage, enjoying all the food. Had some squid while I was out here. I've had squid before, fried squid, absolutely amazing here. The mini squids are better because they crisp up more. Had that, had snails, 2 different types of snails. You're more like typical like windy snail. That was the taste was okay, but it was like rubbery and stuff like that. The more like clam snail, that was actually pretty nice. I enjoyed that one. That one was good. Also tried shrimp, crab. Tried all sorts of foods while I'm out here. I'm probably going to try a few more things today. We'll be heading off here from this live soon to go get some food. So I am hungry. I've only had an orange. Oh, I'll show you guys this orange while we're still here. If you've been on my Instagram, you've probably seen it already. But for the guys that aren't on the Instagram and only on the YouTube, take a look at this. This is the Vietnamese orange. mostly green, but absolutely gorgeous. Gonna bring some home if I can. I'm bringing some seeds home. We've got a greenhouse, so I'm gonna see if we can grow some. If not, is what it is, but always worth a go. And yeah, what more to say? What more to say? It's been an amazing experience. Many obstacles, but many lessons. Learned so much, grown a lot, started the workout lives. Every day been working out live on my Instagram, doing press-ups, squats, abs, and then that again, press-ups, squats, abs, and then on a Sunday I'm doing stretching. So if you want to join me on that, come to the Defy Network Instagram. I'll be there every day. Maybe not tomorrow because I'm flying, but apart from that, I'll be there every day. That's it. I've got, what's it? It is nearly 5:30 here now in Vietnam. I've got just over 12 hours left in the country. Just less than 12 hours before I go to the airport. And yeah, I'm sad to go actually. It's grown on me a lot. It's grown on me a lot. I've been learning the language, chilling with the locals, enjoying the food. It's really been a great experience, and I can see the sun setting. The last sunset I'm gonna see of Vietnam. Yeah, back in the UK tomorrow evening UK time. And then prepping for Beast of the Beach, the arm wrestling event. Most of you on this channel will know about that already. I'll be speaking about that over on the Circle of Arms YouTube at some point in the next few days, most likely Monday when I'm back in the flow, back on Dubs Live. Yeah, what more is there to say? But I'll be back for sure, looking at September to be back in Vietnam. There's a tournament the 17th of September, so I'll be looking to come back for that. Bring as many people as possible. Probably book this apartment again. It's been absolutely gorgeous. Could probably sleep, what, 1, 2, 3, at least 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5 people. Maybe you could squeeze 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people, which would be not even a squeeze either, not even a squeeze. But yeah, September, I'll be back. Message me if you're interested in coming. And wow, thank you Vietnam. Thank you Vietnam. I'll be back for sure. I fell in love with the place, and that's been episode 1 of whatever this is going to be called. I'm just going to let it develop over time. I'll keep you up to date on the Defy Network Instagram of when I'll be going live here on YouTube. I'll also be going live still on the Monday nights over on Circle of Arms on Dubs Live. That'll be more arm wrestling based. This will be more lifestyle, motivation, fitness, mental, physical, spiritual, physiology, all of the sorts, and we can talk some life over on the Defy Dubs YouTube channel. Wow. Here we go then. Here we go. Last night in Vietnam. Thank you everyone for joining. I'll be seeing you next time back in the UK. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Been a story time of Vietnam. I'm sure I've missed a few bits, so I can recap more on the Instagram or on the next live, but I pretty much covered most things. If you want more of an insight to what I've been up to, go over to the Defy Network Instagram. There's a few posts regarding the trip so far. I've still got a backlog of a few things to share. but yeah, met some great people. Thank you to Juan for the bracelet. It was Bao, Khan, met Dung, Sam, um, oh, loads of people that I've met on this trip. Absolutely gorgeous. I'll be back for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna get out there before the sun sets. So one more look. Let's go out on the balcony so we can get a raw look at the sunset. Wow. Still can't believe I'm going. Feels like I'm home. Yeah. And with that, I love you and leave you. Been a pleasure. Episode 2 coming soon. Back in the UK. Let's go. Let's go. Appreciate everyone joining. We'll see you on the next one. Bless.